has a lot of low percent comboing damage, has like decent ways of killing, but I don't know if any of those ways of killing really work well with the game style Steve creates.
Yeah, and Plant is kind of big, is kind of combo food for a character like Steve. So...
No, I'm trying to... What? Oh. Were you hoping for me to go back?
No, because it got rid of Wild at this time.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, the names are right.
I think the layout's right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
But yeah, I'm excited to see this. It's...
Oh, they're playing different now.
It's because they both need headphones, and then
It's too far away.
the daisy chaining I did made it so that it was really crunchy for Samuel. How do I focus again?
All right, so here we go. Game one.
Yeah, use that, but there's also this... What is the... You hold
Quick
this,
23% as...
to Black Bolt.
Yeah, quick early strong start from Dmitrii, doing a quick 48% in the first 15 seconds. And yeah, suddenly these options are looking very bizarre for Steve to deal with. The Piranha looked like it interrupted the minecart.
You see Samuel try to place blocks there. I don't really know why it didn't play, so that might have to be some Pokemon Stadium jank, which like, in the past when Samuel, like before Battle of BC, when Samuel took this super seriously, he would ban Pokemon Stadium.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe just too close to the stage or something? I don't know.
I think one of the reasons is that like it's a lot slower to mine.
Right.
But maybe like there's ways of causing it. I don't know. I don't want to speak on things I don't know.
It's hard to say. For now, relevant factors are got the diamond on deck for Samuel.
That's really smart.
Okay, good dodge of that setup. Gonna have to avoid the TNT, still kind of in an awkward spot. Dmitrii dodging and weaving through all of these options. Gets hit by the minecart, but manages to trade, so not going to take too much damage. And good interruption of that handle.
Up air, yeah. I was about to say, we're seeing something similar to what I said, where it's like, I think Plant will get so much like low percent damage, but then you kind of have an issue of killing.
That's so much damage. He's just about 40%.
He just stood in the
Poison Cloud.
Poison Cloud. He wanted to get his own damage because you can see it's kind of even, so it like might have been a worthy trade in his eyes. But as commentators, like we have maybe yet to see what uses that'll give. I don't think that'll. Plant's very heavy.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Oh my god.
That was a smart bait. Yeah. Okay. So going for down tilt. Don't do anything until after the game, I think.
Yeah. Okay, nice Dmitrii there, take that stock. And this is actually going very quickly for a Steve game. This is going to be a lot of damage on this plan. Doesn't get the forward smash, but going to get the combo extended.
Facing the wrong way definitely hurt, and that's not going to be it, but you're already at 69%, matching to like almost 20%. You got to get these combos fast, otherwise you're going to see yourself being down a game really quickly.
Something interesting that I'm noticing is that the Poison Cloud, of course, does a ton of damage to Steve, but also kind of obscures what he's doing. A couple of times, Samuel will run into the cloud and then just toss out a smash attack that he thinks will kill. That Dmitrii kind of has to react to as only the hitbox is coming out. That's gonna be it.
That's gonna be it, yeah. And contrary to what we said, I think Samuel knew the matchup better than Dmitrii did.
Maybe it's definitely worked around a lot of those plant options. I mean, it's hard to say how much of that was intentional, something like running in the cloud and standing in the cloud. You wouldn't think that's the best option, but Samuel made it work.
Yeah.
Took a stock off of standing in the cloud once, just swinging. So, yeah, maybe has...
I think there's also just, like, I saw Dmitrii, there's some, like, really old Steve counterplay where it's like, when you get hit by the anvil, there's the 2 hits, and you gotta roll after the second hit. I wasn't really seeing that, and I don't know if that was like a lack of reaction time or a lack of matchup knowledge, because Dmitrii really just shows up to Grand Slams, and when you think about it, we only really have 2 Steves, and it's going to be Nemu and Samuel.
Yep.
Samuel not really trying half the time, and then Nemu
trying, admittedly,
but I don't know, like that just leaves you with 1 Steve to play at like once every 3 months, which doesn't leave you with a lot of experience.
It's true.
And I don't know how often Dmitrii plays outside of Grand Slams.
I'm also not too sure. Doesn't go to the UBC weeklies very much, unfortunately, but he should. If Dmitrii will watch this back at some point, we would love to have you. Okay, that's an interesting interaction. But the other thing about this matchup is there's just so much going on. There's the poison clouds and the Patuis and the TNT and the anvils and the minecarts, and it's a maelstrom of different foreign objects, like a cage match and a professional wrestling ring.
We're just waiting for someone to bring a chair. Interesting down smash.
Yeah, so it's so hard for each player to keep up with everything that's going on at once.
I think that's what I was saying, where it's like Patui definitely brings like a fresh way of dealing with forward throw.
Good tack. But the Patui
Double
come out.
Patui. That's definitely like a matchup check sort of thing there. But footstool, anvil, not gonna be quite it.
Yeah, that anvil very strong, but Plant, super heavy. 43% just from standing in the cloud. I'm gonna take some more. That's
prioritizing the ledge. Oh, we almost saw a Naito incident.
Yeah. I mean, I almost made it out, to be honest. But, yeah.
A lot of blocks being placed around. That's not going to be quite it yet.
Okay.
Especially with the hitbox that Plant produces. I think you have to turn to the side, which definitely like limits your ability to recover, but it's not as bad as, say, Palutena or someone with a teleport recovery.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm not going to lie, it's incredibly chaotic to keep up with, but I'm loving this matchup. It is so janky. Here comes the diamond, though.
Yeah. It's quite goofy.
30%.
I think neither of them really know how to play each other's character. And I think Dmitrii air dodged there, which definitely caused the death.
Also maybe not the best DI, because he was quite low percent, and I think that probably shouldn't have killed, especially with no rage on deck. But yeah, I mean, this definitely looks winnable for Dmitrii. I'm gonna have to be careful with that one. Good back throw. Gets caught.
Ooh.
Dmitrii's getting caught by these minecarts quite a bit.
Yeah. That's going to be it, though. I think Steve... There's not a lot... That situation's hard. I feel like you have to roll to the side. I think Samuel will get up attacks.
Yeah. Pretty much it's you have one option that'll save you, or you can try to time something really well, but most of the things are reactable.
Yeah.
Ideally, you just deck that, but of course, it's so hard in the moment. We are not going to be seeing PS2 anymore. Samuel allowing Dmitrii to go back there for that second game, but now going to small battlefield.
I think after losing, you don't really want to go back there. And it is BC culture, but I think first of all, you have a person from Ireland, and second of all, you have Samuel, who's an enigma himself. I just saw 30 different things all happen in the first 15 seconds of the game.
It's literally insane. It's insane to try to keep up with everything.
It actually looks like a Toho game. Like, you have 500 different things to deal with, and you're trying to avoid all of them. And some of them can even hurt yourself if you, really thought about it.
Yeah, this is looking not dissimilar from the combo contest, just in terms of so many things happening at any given time.
Yeah. Ooh. Good angle, but I think you got a little greedy with the I don't even know what to call that. Down
I don't know what it's called, yeah.
And this is going to rack up for quite a bit percent. Plant being heavy, I don't think you're able to SDI that much. But Patui kind of being the saving grace in this matchup. And
Great
that's going to be a shield break. You think that's going to be it? If Samuel figures out what he's doing? No.
Oh, he's going to live, actually. Okay, 40 or so percent off of that, but...
Plant has a lot of options for blowing up the TNT, and that's really good for him, in a sense, but you also don't see... Samuel losing TNT isn't much of an issue, I'll be honest.
No, not right now, at least while he has lots of materials to spare. You dead here?
No.
No.
Although
Gotta watch the anvil, and you're dead.
I think the blocks actually caused the two... I don't even think that was a two-frame. I think... Samuel just positioned himself to have an easier time down smashing. But on the topic of easier times, Dmitrii finding himself getting thwacked around. I was going to say that Samuel has no more materials.
Yeah, so we were talking earlier about the TNT and how, it's not really a problem getting rid of it. Now Samuel's probably going to be a lot more careful to toss out because he has a limited amount of material to work with.
I also just think TNT maybe not the best, item to pull because it uses so much materials compared to the minecarts and the anvil.
Dmitrii picking very aggressive options to try to... I'm not even sure if he's trying to break the blocks or he's just trying to hit Samuel through them. Gets a trump, but no follow-up.
Oh,
that was weird.
Attacking the thing. He's giving off a laugh. He's like, I can't believe I got hit by that.
Yeah, it's tough for sure. I mean, that's the Steve syndrome, right? You have to be really careful with all the moves you toss out because he has so many ways to punish you. It's the anvil. Dmitrii's been getting hit by a ton of forward smashes as he's trying to break blocks or trying to go through blocks. I think maybe needs to slow it down a little bit, let Samuel mine and camp a little bit more. I think this aggressive style it's definitely fun to watch, but I don't know if it's working out the best for him.
Yeah. We need to pull back some of what was in game 2, which I honestly think was just Samuel goofing around a little bit. Goofing around, for lack of better words. I think it's more he finally learned what to do against Piranha plants.
Surprised we're going back to PS2, by the way.
Yeah, it's interesting. Samuel's confident enough, I'm not going to question his decision, but we also see that the only game he's lost so far was on PS2.
Sure, he did win the first one as well, to be fair. So he's 50-50 right now here.
I think part of what we consider is that maybe there was like a stage that he hated more, so he's like, oh, I'm willing to go back to PS2 as long as you don't bring me to, say, Town and City or something.
Very good Patui there, by the way, to interrupt the recovery. Steve's recovery, honestly, very difficult to interrupt. But being able to do it straight up and having it fall down to interrupt the sequence, very good by Dmitrii.
Especially with the power of horizontality that Steve's recovery brings makes Patui a little bit harder.
Dmitrii having a lot of success with these aggressive down moves off stage. A little surprisingly, it's very telegraphed, but I think Samuel just really wants to get off stage to interrupt Dmitrii's recovery, pressure him off stage, and Dmitrii's like, well, if you want to come off stage, I'm going to shoot my long neck out at you.
I think something also to consider is that it puts Samuel in a position where you can't really set up for the ledge guarding he wants, because Dmitrii as a plant main, you're obviously going to like learn how to use that move to the fullest effect.
That was so clean.
Because you thought he was going to be on stage, but then he's off stage and you don't understand, and that's the second time minecart into forward air takes the stock. We're looking at Dmitrii's tournament or winner stock here. Losing to Samuel, I wouldn't say this is a big upset, but because we haven't seen, because Samuel's been good. He's like definitely a BCR type of player, but he's been taking us a bit of a break to host all the tournaments that he has and kind of live about his own life, because I think he's done school now.
I mean, but it's not over yet, though. Dmitrii gonna have to take a brief intermission to get hit by that minecart once again.
Oh, I think he thought the... Oh.
Oh, okay.
I think Samuel probably could have lived that, but didn't, and as a result, we have a game 5.
Yeah, I mean, maybe tried to deck a little bit late and just air dodged off stage. I'm not too sure exactly what happened there. There's definitely a bit of a weird interaction, but Dmitrii will take those. And yeah, we're going to a game 5 in our second set off top 16. I'm glad we're getting a game 5 out of this. I feel like there's a lot to see that we haven't seen yet.
Because this isn't something you see every day, Steve, versus Piranha Plant. You don't see Piranha Plant.
Ever.
I couldn't name 2 off the top of my head. I got Dmitrii and that's about it.
Yep. There's probably one in Japan.
Yeah.
I think Dmitrii's getting hit by minecart a little bit too much. It's just because a lot of Plant's options are kind of stationary. It's like stand in place and toss out the tree, stand in place and toss out the down B or the poison cloud. And if you time that wrong for the minecart coming out, you're going to get caught by it a lot, and that's what we've been seeing happen.
Yeah.
And that's why Dmitrii lost both of his stocks in that last game and in a couple of other games as well.
Going for down air there is crazy, because that was supposed to be a drag down air. You're going to be on the stage.
Yeah. Samuel already almost out off iron here, but going to use the last one to great effect, using that anvil to take the stock and get the diamond. Yeah, we see a 42% 3-stock diamonds. Like, Samuel's in a very good position here. Dmitrii's kind of letting the momentum slip away from him. He's probably looking to take out a stock real soon with one of the very strong moves that Piranha Plant has, but Samuel, I don't think he's willing to let that happen. He seems very in the zone. Yeah, it'll definitely take a lot of work. I mean, we've seen that this plan can toss on a lot of percent very quickly. Good interruption with the nair there. Good dodge off the Patui by Samuel. Still holding on to this. She gets hit by the TNT. Still holding on to this. The first stock is Samuel.
He lost his pickaxe, which could be very...
Yeah.
I don't think it's actually super bad for him because I just remembered he's a stock up and now he's 2 stocks up.
Can choose to craft the diamond here. He's choosing not to still.
I think he's waiting to get maybe a second or third, because you need to get a second diamond. I think he can store 2 diamonds.
Yeah. And right now looking like he doesn't even need it.
No.
64% already. 3 stocks. A lot of material, though not a lot of iron.
And he's not even gonna die there too.
No.
I think you're not getting Samuel off stage a lot, but I think you should probably. That's gonna kill.
Yeah.
And there we see the first diamond with
Careful.
a charged minecart. I think you get, what, 3 uses, and you hit the funny Piranha Plant hitbox, which would cause Samuel to win the set.
Yeah, maybe going to that down B, going to that option one too many times. Definitely got a lot of utility out of it throughout the set, but Samuel probably holding back, saying, okay, I know I can punish this. I know he's going to do this here. I'm just going to wait for the lost stock, swing my big diamond sword, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah.
But
Next up, we got or actually, you were saying.
I was just going to say very well performed.